All right, we're working on one of our other ball control circuits today. I've got my two helpers here, Storm and Scarlett. Storm's going to be trying out for the softball team this year, so he's working on his ball control, and Scarlett is going to be trying out for the grass-eating team, so she is working on that at the moment. They might jump in for some volleyball. We'll see what happens. This is one of my favorite ball control circuits. We're going to get some good reps and some practice with really how our hand contacts the ball. This helps a lot for our hitters, obviously just getting up in the air and directing the ball where we want it to go, but also for our back row players. If you've seen like crazy videos of girls running way off the court and they do one of these moves where they swing at the ball underhand to kind of bring the ball back, it's really the same thing, and we're going to kind of figure out how to do that. So for our warm-up, we're going to do our standard pass to myself 50 times, set to myself 50 times, or as we get more advanced, we're alternating back and forth. So we're going to do all of those. Pass, set, pass, set, pass, set, and we keep going. We want, again, 50 contacts of each of those. Once we finish that, we're going to start working on getting our hand contact warmed up and kind of figuring that out a little bit. So when we're doing this, we really want to focus on having a relaxed, loose wrist. This really comes from our hand wrapping around the ball as we contact it. So you'll see my fingers are kind of forward. I'm not a flat hand. I'm not way back here. I'm not trying to float serve the ball with my palm. I'm trying to wrap my whole hand around the ball as I contact it. So a lot of coaches talk about snapping our wrist as we contact the ball. I like to think of it, really it's the same move, but thinking of it as my hand, just because I want to be contacting the ball with my whole hand. And if we go super slow motion on the ball, I'm contacting it down here, and then my whole hand comes forward, and that action of the top of my hand coming over the ball snaps my wrist and is what causes the ball to have spin on it. And I can do that from the sides and have the same thing happen. I can do that from underneath and have the ball spin back towards me. So we're going to work on warming that up a little bit, getting used to that hand contact. So I'm going to do that by just tossing the ball in front to myself, and I'm going to hit the ball back and forth. I'm going to start out trying to make the ball spin back towards me. If I have a little trouble with that, so I'm right-handed, I know a lot of you are. Maybe I don't feel great about that really with either hand right now, and maybe the left is really difficult. We still want to work on that left, but maybe we'll spend a little bit more time on that dominant hand and then catch up with our left. So I'll just go right hand, right hand, right hand, right hand, right hand, and then maybe I'll get into 2 on the right, 1 on the left, 2, 1, and we keep going. Once we feel like we've kind of figured that out a little bit, we can start experimenting with how else we can spin the ball with that underhand wrist snap, getting our whole hand on the ball action. So I'm going to start out spinning it towards me, and then I'm going to go side to side, side to side, side to side, and we keep going. And just play around with how else can I do it. Can I go out to in? Feels weird, but we want to really just get used to how the ball reacts to our hand contacting it, how we can change the direction of it by just hitting the ball in a different location, changing the angle of our hand as we do it. So this ball control circuit, once we kind of figure that part out, I think this is one of the easier ones, but we just get a ton of reps with that, and it'll help so much with just directing the ball where we want it to go. Or if we're a back row player in that chase down situation, we can make a crazy play. We can bring the ball back on the court the way we want it. So getting into the circuit, it's just going to be passing to myself, setting to myself, a right-handed hit, a left-handed hit, pass, set, right, left. And we keep going over and over and over. We want to go as long as we can without the ball hitting the ground. So I might get some help here from Storm. We'll see what happens, but this is what it's going to look like. Pass, set, right, left, pass, set, right, left, pass. And we keep going. Our goal is to keep that ball alive as long as we can. Keep at it. This is an easier one. Once we get those hand contacts down, this will improve our game so much. You got it.